Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Welcome to your general English language. And hopefully today we're going to cover our 7th lecture. We have, as usual, 3 sections: grammar, vocabulary, and reading. Our main topics today are going to be about question formations, how to make a question, a WH question, and we're going to have a very long enough presentation about question formation. Then we have a passage that we have to read and answer some of the questions related to this question, to the passage itself, and then our second grammatical lesson is simple past tense. How do we use the simple past tense and the vocabulary. So these are the 4 elements for our 7th lecture. First of all, we have all of these WH questions that we use in English. Usually we use it in English and daily, right? So if you ask someone about a person, you need to use who. So who is actually when you ask about person, okay? And what when you ask about the things, like what is this? This is pen. And where when you ask about a place. Where do you live? Where do you live? I live in KSA. Where are you coming from? Okay, where are you from? I'm from KSA. And why? You ask it for a reason. Reason معناها السبب. Why are you coming? Why are you coming? I'm coming to learn English. I'm watching you to learn English. Okay, so we use why to ask about sabab, reason. And we use when to ask about time. When are you coming? When are you coming? Okay, I'm coming in the evening. And we use how to ask about a process, okay, or to ask about something like status, حالة أو عملية. How can I do this? How can I write my name in English? How can I write? So you are asking about the process of writing your name in English, right? And which, the last one, we use it to ask about choosing, اختيار. So, which color do you prefer? Which color do you prefer? Which, for example, color do you prefer? Okay? About the process right here, how can I write my name in English? When you ask about the time, you have when are you coming, for example, okay? And when you use why we use it about the reason, to talk about the reason. For example, why do you want to learn English? The answer of such a question, the answer of why question is usually starts with because I want to, okay? So first of all, we have different kind of sentences with helping verbs. Do you know what is a helping verb is? Helping verb mean like this. You must invert subject. First of all, for example, I'm going. When you say I'm going, am is a helping verb. Going is a main verb. We will explain this. First of all, you must invert. Invert معناها يحول مكان أو يستبدل. You must invert the subject and the helping verb following the WH. For example, this is a sentence. Sammy is going to Florida. First of all, Sammy is a subject, right? Sammy is a subject. Is the helping verb. And going is a main verb. So, we have a sentence with helping verbs. Where is the helping verbs? He is. مجرد ما أنت شاهدت helping verb or main verb, so you have to invert, you must invert the subject and the helping verb following the WH question. So, this is a WH question. Sammy is going to Florida. Where, we use where to talk about a place, right? And Florida is a place. Okay, here's a sentence. First of all, we have to invert the subject and the helping verb. شو معنى invert؟ هي مجرد استبدال أماكن. Okay، أعتقد هنا لازم شوي. العملية أصبحت كالتالي الآن. سامي في السؤال بيتي هنا وإز بيجي هنا. فبحكي where is Sammy going؟ لاحظتوا التغييرات؟ So, if we have some sentences with helping verbs, if you must invert the subject and the helping verb following the WH word. Following يعني يتبع. هذا اللي صار. أول شيء عندنا WH question, we invert بين ال is والسامي. هذه الخطوة الثانية. الثالثة اللي هي subject, وهنا اللي هي in main verb. لاحظوا in the present tense you say I do, you do, he does, we do, you do, they do. This is verb to do, right, in the present. And this verb is irregular. You know what is irregular means? It means that in the past it has different form. Irregular شاذ معناه انه لها شكل مختلف في الماضي. لاحظوا هذا الشكل did في الماضي, do في الماضي. أصبح هنا did, I did, you did, he, she, it did, we did, you did, and they did. فالآن we have two forms عندنا شكلين to verb to do. In the present we say I do, you do, and so on and so forth. Is that clear? Hope so. Now, so first of all we have talked about sentences أول نقطة with helping verbs. Okay? The helping verb ممكن يكون is going, was going. Okay? Sentences without auxiliary verbs, بدون أفعال مساعدة. Auxiliary verbs, so helping verbs, the same thing. They have the same thing. So, if we have a sentence without auxiliary, just like this one, we don't have auxiliary, we don't have verb has, okay, or present perfect, we use it with the present perfect, we don't have the verb to be that we use it with the present and the past. Okay, we only have sentence without auxiliary verbs. So, in this case, you need to change the main verb to its base form. هذا هو المين verb. The man broke the window. الفعل هنا. هذا هو المين verb. الفعل الرئيسي. في حال إذا الجملة ما كان فيها auxiliary verbs, بنحول المين verb to its base form. لأنه البيس فورم اللي هو شكله الأصلي هو في الأصل الفعل هو break والماضي منه broke فمنحول الفعل لأصله فبصير break. Okay, هذه أول خطوة. We change the main verb to its base form. Sentences without an auxiliary verb need to have a form of verb do inserted. إذن الجمل اللي تخلو من الأفعال المساعدة بحاجة إلى verb to do في مرحلة صناعة السؤال، في عمل السؤال، أوكي، أو تشكل السؤال. فلاحظوا الآن عملنا the man broke the window. What did the man break? لاحظوا السؤال بلش في WH question. What we use what to ask about what? About things. To ask about things. أشياء. بعدين أضفنا verb do. حكينا بالسلايد اللي قبل إنه do له شكلين، في المضارع do و does، وفي الماضي did. طب لماذا وضعنا did؟ لأنه الفعل هنا كان ماضٍ. فالآن الفعل هذا حولناه أصبح base form، لكن لكي نحافظ على زمن الفعل نضف verb did، نضف اللي هو الفعل did. So what did the man break؟ أول خطوة كالتالي broke أو الفعل الماضي broke رجعناه لأصله اللي هي break. لاحظنا أنه في هذه الجملة هي الجملة كانت في الماضي، فمن أجل أنه نعمل سؤال في جملة تخلو من الأفعال المساعدة we have to insert verb to do، لازم نضيف verb to do. وضعناها بهذا الشكل، و verb to do له شكلين do و does و did. do does في المضارع و did في الماضي. وضعنا did لأن broke هو في الأصل الجملة كانت في الماضي، فهكذا تحافظ الجملة على زمنها. The subject is known or unknown. known و unknown. unknown مقصود فيها غير معروف. هذا prefix مقطع يأتي قبل الكلمة لكي ينفيها أو يعمل نقيضها. known معناها معروف، و unknown غير معروف. When the subject of a sentence is not known, there is no inversion. هذه الكلمة مرت معنا كثير، حكينا الفعل منها invert. invert معناها يبدل الأماكن. inversion أو يقلب. inversion هو النون، هذا النون وهذا الفعل. Okay, there is no virgin. So when the subject of a sentence is not known, there is no virgin. فإحنا أخذنا في الحالة الأولى والثانية إنه في شيء يأتي مكان شيء، لكن في الحالة الثالثة هذه there is no virgin. Just add the WH word to take the place of the unknown subject. For example, is feeling sick. For example, he is feeling sick. Okay? He is feeling sick. Who is he? We don't know. So what you can do is that you add who, because who takes the place of he, or she, or he or she. Who is feeling sick? فلاحظوا is هي helping verb، feeling هي main verb. فما كان في أي inversion. ما حكينا who he is feeling sick. خطأ. It's wrong to say who. When you say who he is feeling sick, this is incorrect sentence. ليش incorrect sentence؟ لأنه ما بصير نحكي who he فقط. Who is feeling sick? Okay? Who is feeling sick? So we have no inversion. So now let us look. We have 3 rules. We have discussed together 3 rules so far. Okay? خلينا الآن نطلع على examples الأمثلة. Jenny went to the store. First of all, do we have a helping verb? You should ask yourself, do we have a helping verb in this sentence? No, we don't. We don't. We just have went. Went هي ماضي من go. Okay. So we can make a question out of this sentence? Yes, by using who. And who is used to ask about people. This is the rule. There is no change, okay? There is no inversion, as well as there is no helping verb. So, who went to the store? Jenny. The answer is Jenny. We can't say who Jenny went to a store. This is wrong. Because we are asking about Jenny, so we can't put Jenny in the question. Okay? So, who went to the store? ما نقدر نضيف جيني في السؤال لأنه احنا بنسأل عنه. فلذلك هو تأخذ مكان Jenny. Who went to the store? Jenny went to the store. Matt is going to the mall tonight. Matt is going to the mall tonight. You can ask about two things. About time and about where. Okay? About where he's going. Okay. The rule, we must invert the subject and helping verb. الجملة هذه فيها helping verb? Yes, هيها. شو لازم نعمل؟ مجرد ما شفنا helping verb لازم يعمل inversion. بعد WH question. Okay? So, when is Matt going to the mall? Tonight. Where is Matt going? Tonight to the mall. So, when هذا WH question عملنا مثل هذه الجملة عملنا حالة إقلاب ما بين الإزومات رجعت when is Matt going شكل الفعل لم تغير to the mall. The answer was tonight. ليه ما حطينا tonight في السؤال؟ لأنه إحنا بنحكي بوين فبنسأل عن الزمن. الزمن لازم ما يكون موجود في السؤال. لو سألنا عن المول شو لازم نعمل؟ شو بنحكي؟ Where is Matt going? لأنه المول هو مكان where you buy stuff, things, right? So we say, where is Matt going? Where is Matt going tonight? Matt is going to the mall. Okay? That's good. Two good examples. Bob brought cookies to school. Bob brought cookies to school. Brought is also a regular verb. ومضارعها bring. We'll be having kind of a short class about irregular verbs. So Bob brought cookies to school. Do we have a helping verb? Do we have an auxiliary verb? No, we don't. So the rule, what we should do, if we have a sentence with no auxiliary verb, we have to add do, verb to do, right? So then we change the verb to the present tense. This is a present tense, bring, the base tense, and we need do. So هذا أول شيء. الشيء الثاني, we need verb to do. The question is what did, لماذا did؟ لأن brought هي أصل الجملة في الماضي. Bob bring to school. So remember, sentences with helping verbs, if you face a sentence with helping verb, you need to invert the subject and helping verb when you make a question. And if you have a sentence without helping verbs, you need do support, which is verb to do, and you need to change the verb to its present form, to its base form, okay? And rule number 3, if you have unknown subject, just leave them alone. You don't need to invert anything. Just leave them alone. The only thing that you want to pay attention to is not to repeat who and the subject. Okay? Okay, so now we have covered the first section, our vocabulary section, and it was about a question, how to make a question, WH question. At the end of this class, we'll be having kind of maybe 6 examples regarding our questions formation class or section. هناك بعض التمارين لهذا القاعدة. الآن بالنسبة لهذه القطعة موجودة في كتابكم 89 Interaction page 89. Page 89, and it's talking about marriage, الزواج. Okay, let us read and enjoy our reading. We will read together and try to read and to follow me. And please pay attention to my, to the way I'm speaking, okay? Marriage is often not easy. Maybe men and women love each other, but they argue. They get angry. Later they apologize, but it happens again and again. What is the problem? Are men and women really very different? This is a very good question. Dobra Tanin says yes, men and women are very different. Tanin teaches at Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. She writes books about the ways people talk. She believes that men and women talk and think in different ways. Wow. So she tells about some differences in her book. The book name is You Just Don't Understand. This is the book name. The differences, Tanin says, begin when men and women are children. Very young boys and girls are similar to each other. In other words, they like many of the same things and play in the same ways. They are not very different. But then there is a change. When children in the United States are 5 or 6 years old, boys usually play in larger groups. One boy gives orders, for example, he say, take this, go over there. He is the leader. Boys always brag. In other words, they say good things about themselves. But girls, they usually play in smaller groups or with one girl, when one other girl. A girl's best friend is her very good friend and important to her. Guys do not often give orders. They give suggestions. So that was a really, really interesting passage. It talks about the differences between men and women. And I ask you, as a man and women, okay, or women, we ask each other, is there a real difference between, is there a real difference between Arab men and Arab women, or men in general and women in general? Is there a difference? The way they talk, the way they are thinking? Okay? Do you think there is a difference between men and women in the way they talk and the way they think? So, Dobra Tanin, she's actually a professor, a teacher at Georgetown University in Washington, D.C., says, yes, there is a difference. There is a difference between men and women in the way they think and the way they talk. In her book, You Just Don't Understand. This is the book name. And this one, she says, in this book, she says that children, the girls and boys, when men and women, when they are children, they are not very different. But there is a change when they grow up. لما يكبروا. The children give orders, they play in large groups, and there is a man who says, or a boy or whatever, says, take this and go over there. This is like kind of orders. He gives orders, while girls, they don't give orders. This is what Dobra Tanin says. Okay? This is very interesting topic. You can talk about it in the forums, for example. You can share with us your opinion. Is there a difference between women and men? Just share your opinion in the Blackboard forum. We have kind of a sample of questions about the passage. The difference between men and women began at the age of 16, when they are babies, when they are old, when they are children. So it says that. So the differences begin when women and men are children. When they are children. The underlined pronoun she, line 5, refer to. Let's go back to she. And here it refers to dobra tinen. So it refers to dobra tinen. Where does dobra tinen work? At school, university, hospital, university. It works. She works at Georgetown University. The underlined word argue on line 1 means discuss angrily, speak slowly, cry loudly, listen carefully. To argue, it means to discuss angrily. Okay. Gives order while playing in groups. Who gives order according to the passage? Who gives orders while playing in the groups? Boys or girls? It's a boy. It's a boy. The boy gives orders while playing in the groups. A word in paragraph 1 which has the opposite meaning of similar. Similar, it means متشابه. Different is مختلف. The underlined pronoun they, line refer to. Okay, let's go to line 9. So in other words, they like many of the same things and play in the same ways. So here it talks about what? It talks about young boys and girls, right? So it refers to them. They is a plural. Boys and girls are plural. So we say that they refers to boys and girls. Who gives suggestions, boys or girls, or the Britannian or the man, or the men? She was talking about the girls. She said, girls only give suggestions. Okay, number 9. Which country does Dobra live in? She lives in Japan, Europe, America, Saudi Arabia. George Washington University is located in America. Actually, it's USA in specific. The underlined word of brag means okay, so if you go back, he's the leader. Boys also brag. In other words, they say good things about themselves. Brag. What does a brag mean? Brag means cry. Cry معناها يبكي. Only girls cry usually, right? Talking proudly, يتكلم بفخر. Play, يلعب, and laugh, يضحك. Brag means to talk proudly, to talk about yourself. When you only talk about yourself, you're bragging, okay? So when you so brag means talk proudly. Please pay attention to these passages, okay? Read them very careful. Try to understand the concept in general. Try to answer these questions without looking at the answer keys I'm providing you with. Just try to answer them by yourselves. Okay? Try to read them. Try to understand. Try to answer. This is your job now. Simple past tense, and this is a very enjoyable and very simple. It's just simple, okay? It's easy to understand simple past tense. We have talked about the present tense, the present progressive, and today we're talking about simple past tense. Simple past tense is an action or event that happened in the past. Happened where? In the past. يحدث في الماضي. هذا معناتها. Before now. وانتهى. The verb is in the second form. شو يعني second form؟ يعني play في المضارع ماضيها played بنضيف لها ed. Go في المضارع ماضيها went. أيوة الاختلاف الآن هو بالعادة احنا بنضيف في الماضي ed لكي نجعل الفعل ماضي. لكن هناك بعض الأشياء بنسميها irregular verbs أفعال شاذة هنحكي عنها إن شاء الله في المحاضرات القادمة. So irregular verbs اللي هي الأفعال الشاذة ما بنضيف لها ed. يعني هذه go معناها يذهب. في المضارع، لكن إذا بدي أعملها في الماضي ما بحكي good، هذا غلط. هناك some irregular verbs that you need to memorize. الطريقة الوحيدة إنكم تعرفوها هي حفظها. I'll provide you with a list of these irregular verbs inshallah later on. The indicators as in the simple past is usually like ago, yesterday, in the past, last, any date in the past. Any date in the past like 1968. Okay? So these are all indicators، مؤشرات على إنه الجملة في الماضي. أينما وجدت في جملة تكون مؤشر على إنه هذه الجملة في الماضي. Okay? We have no helping verbs. ما عندنا helping verb. لا is ما في لا verb be ولا verb has or have. ما في. هذه no helping verbs. ما في لا be ولا have. We use didn't in forming negative. We use did in forming questions. فبنستخدم didn't في مسألة النيجاتيف، نعمل negative statement في الماضي، ودid بنعملها في مسألة تشكيل السؤال. We have two kinds of verbs حكينا عنهم. Regular verbs الأفعال المنتظمة هي بالعادة تنتهي في ed مثل play played, believe believed, okay, in the past tense. And we have irregular verbs الأفعال غير الشاذة. They end with different forms in the past tense. Okay, they end with the different forms in the past tense. لهم أشكال مختلفة في الماضي. يعني مثل go بتصير went. Write معناها يكتب wrote. Okay. Let us do the following. So we have the basic actually ideas about the simple past and how to use it. The students, the homework last week. First of all, do we have any indicator? Yes, we do. Where is it? It is like last week. Last week is a simple past indicator. مؤشر على الماضي. طيب خلينا نروح الخيارات الآن. وين فيها ماضي؟ Did. هذه present، هذا future، وهذا present progressive. إذن هي خاطئة. الجواب هو did. We فراغ to the new shopping mall yesterday. Do we have an indicator? Yes, it is yesterday. It is yesterday. Yesterday is an indicator. Okay, where is the past form? وين هو الفعل الماضي? Go, present, are going, present progressive. Did not go. هذا هو الإجابة. Did not go. طب ليه ما هي did not went؟ لأنه didn't هون ماضي، هون didn't ماضي. أوكي، بس لاحظوا اللي جاء الفعل ما بعد didn't جاء went، وهذا خطأ كثير بيرتكبوه من الطلاب. بعد didn't لازم يكون الفعل بيس، فعل مجرد، يعني بيرجع لل present form. Didn't know, didn't go. Okay. فراغ the accident 2 days ago. 2 days ago هي أيضا مؤشرات على الماضي. فلاحظوا does و see هي simple present. هنا present، هنا present، وهنا ماضي، وهذا خطأ. ما بصير الاثنين يجوا مع بعض. We can't put them together. Did so خطأ. Did في الماضي وهذه في الماضي. It must be like this. Did see. Did see. Okay? The doctor, فراغ, busy when I phoned him. Is, did, are, was. The doctor was. الماضي be. الماضي من be هو was. ليه ما وضعنا did فقط نستخدمها في ال questions أو في النفي didn't. Okay? البقية بتعملوهم لوحدكم. أنا عملت بما فيه الكفاية من الأمثلة وأعطيتكم. Simple questions related to the WH questions. خلينا نشوف. Was the reason of the car accident? It was the very high speed. What was the reason of the car accident? It was a very high speed. Could you please tell me will be the final lesson next Monday. Monday هو تاريخ وقت، فبنستخدم مع الوقت when. where بنستخدمها مع المكان وهذا خطأ. how مع الحالة، وهو مع الفاعل مع people. Do you eat a day only twice? Only twice مرتين. إذا you ask about how often. لاحظوا الآن هذه مهمة ما حكينا عنها، لكن how often بنحكي عنها إنه بنسأل كم مرة، عدد المرات. How often do you study a day? I study twice. Okay. How far, we ask about the distance. بعد المسافات. How far is your country? كم هي بعيدة بلد. How far is your country? كم هي بعيدة بلدك، أو البعد أو المسافة، أو كم تبعد. شو بنحكي؟ How far is your country? How far is your country? نحكي it is actually 1,000 kilometers. How long, we use how long to ask about the duration. Duration شو المقصود فيها؟ الفترة. Okay. هذه بنحكي فيها عن الفترة. For example, how long have you stayed here? كم من المدة بقيت هنا؟ 2 years. فإذا هنا مع المسافة، هنا مع الفترة، و how often مع المرة. Okay. How long did it take you to finish doing the homework? 3 kilometers, 2 hours. For children yesterday, 2 hours. So we asking about فترة. فترتها كانت ساعتين. Is knocking at the door. It is Rami. Rami is unknown subject, so we should use who. Who is knocking at the door? Because the answer is Rami, then the question, it should be about the people. So we need to use who. Who is used to ask about people, right? You should do the last one, the rest of these by yourself. So pay attention to how long, how far, how often, and how tall. Okay. So you are talking about the process. Finally, we have the final section for our class today, and we have a list of the groups right here. Feelings, hierarchy, feelings شعور أو مشاعر. Hierarchy معناها شو هي الهيراركي؟ hierarchy. Orders اللي هي الأوامر. Position اللي هي الموقع أو المكان. Phrase معناها العبارة، أكثر من يعني a group of words. Shopping معناها to do shopping, go to the malls and buy something. While the verbs apologize معناها يعتذر. Brag, to talk proudly. Brag أخذناها بالفقرة اللي فاتت. Fix معناتها to repair. Repair معناها يصلح. Love يحب. Adjective عندنا الactive اللي هي النشيط، equal متساوي، private خاص، public عام. في عندنا some adverbs اللي هن الظروف according to the passage وفقا لما هو توافر في القطعة. وفقا ل never مطلقا أبدا. We have never I have never been in Africa. I have never been in Africa. عمري مطلقا ما كنت في أفريقيا. Sometimes بعض الوقت. The word means of a group of words but not a sentence. It is a phrase. Is opposite of hate. نقيض hate, love. The word that has the same meanings as moving around doing many things is active. نشيط اللي بيعمل أكثر من شيء. We enjoyed فراغ. Last Thursday we bought new clothes. So we enjoy shopping. Is the opposite meaning of a private, public. The phrase get older means age. Okay, means not even once, never. The word that has the same meaning as drinks of all kinds means beverages. Unhealthy things to eat means junk food. 11 means find an answer, to solve. The opposite meaning of physical is mental. He doesn't like anyone. He has a cold hair. A cold heart means heart, actually. A cold heart means very sad, mean in the middle, and you feeling. Okay, I will leave this, the last one, for you. Try to check it to find it in the internet. Okay, what does a cold heart means? It's up to you. Hopefully that you have enjoyed our 7th class, and thank you so much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.